biggest accomplishment I've had so far has been taking the morally right choice when it's come to big personal decisions. And if you think about every person's life, every choice that they make is a moral choice. For me, the most important one that I did was taking care of my dad in his ailing and final days. He lived in New Jersey, I lived in Florida, and I made the commitment to, I told this to him, to look after him for the rest of his life and see for his every need, financially, emotionally, physically, everything. And I didn't exactly have the means to do this at the time. I didn't have the means, but I trusted that things would work. And so I called nursing homes, I talked to doctors, I talked to all sorts of people to try to orchestrate this plan where he and I would live together in the same city and live out our days together. And it was a beautiful thing. And the reason I say it was morally right is that it came from my heart. And it's something that I needed to do for his sake and for my sake. And that's what has strengthened me and made me into the person that I am today. Someone who's able to continually do things that are out of his reach. Someone who thinks bigger than what I was thinking when I woke up this morning. And someone who tomorrow night will be thinking more than what I woke up thinking tomorrow morning. Because I know that bigger and greater things can happen when you operate from the heart and then use your mind to piece together whatever choice that you ended up making. Every morally difficult decision usually has an element of personal sacrifice within it. So my dad died in March. It's June now, and if he were still alive, I may not be filming videos in the way that I'm filming them today. I've started a music band, and I'm the lead singer. I probably wouldn't be doing that. I wouldn't have focus and time to be doing all these other things that are expansive and satisfying for myself. But it would come at if he were still alive, I'd be spending time with him, and that'd be fulfilling in and of its own self. This is all about fulfillment, ultimately, right? And it doesn't matter at what point that you fulfill whatever your life dreams and purposes are. And there's always a trade-off of time, money, what you want, what you're able to do. Since he died, these new things have been born. But if he were still alive, these things wouldn't be born. It's all trade-offs here and there. But for me, it's just a matter of making the right choice moment by moment, given whatever my circumstances are and whatever I think is the best way to handle it. And for me, again, it really comes from the heart. And the thing is, unfortunately, this is not something that's taught too much to people. People are always told to follow your heart, follow your dreams, but they don't really believe it. I know I certainly didn't when I was growing up, because there's too much negativity in people's minds. There's too much fear about what's going to happen in the future, and they feel the need to plan and control their lives in ways that make sense to them now. But the decision someone makes when they're 15 should not be the same thing they're doing when they're 25, because that's a 15-year-old decision. And a 25-year-old should not be living in the way that a 15-year-old is thinking, right? So for me, since my dad died, a lot of my plans when I was growing up have come and gone and changed. And I wish that I really just lived by my heart to begin with. I'd have been playing tennis much more, a lot earlier. I would have started a band a lot earlier. But I didn't. I didn't think those are practical avenues. And so I did all this other stuff, which I didn't really care about. And now here I am doing what I really want.